celebrating. The party really is just getting started. I've had to wait a very long time.
Hello guys, welcome to the Bench Podcast. Today we have a very big episode with loads of things to cram in, but before I tell you what's happening, we have Ethan Cullison to the right of me.
Yeah, guys.
Down below we have George Bennett, who's now fixed the got his new headset on due to the rain in Penderford. Absolutely lashing it down, almost going through his conservatory there. So, but yeah, we got a lot to.
How we build, is it?
A few, obviously, since the last did a podcast a couple of weeks ago, there's been a few football rumours and also a few other things happening with. So we've got the return of the Premier League this week. We've got we've got La Liga return. Italian League came back. So it's been a good week for football. Obviously, with football coming back, and hopefully, no more issues arise with coronavirus. We can keep watching the football and progressively get back to normal. So I'll let Ethan or George, who what's the first topic we're talking about today?
Okay, so today we're going to do a different style podcast today because we had some quite big transfer news coming in. Mr. Timo Werner potentially going to sign for Chelsea. As of today, I think it's the 15th of June.
15th of June,
yeah.
They're recording. They're recording is 15th.
Basically, we're now halfway through the year.
Yeah. So basically, today is the last day Chelsea can hit Werner's release clause of £53 million. So hopefully, probably after today, we might hear some news in the evening or tomorrow that Chelsea made a bid in for Werner. So we might talk about.
In my case, I hope they don't. I prefer if you went to my club, but it's unlikely now. I don't know how I feel about it because while I'm annoyed, it's not probably not going to happen now. I mean, it was going to be hard for Liverpool to buy that kind of player at the moment, especially with the coronavirus problem because of the fact that money's not easier to come by. I mean, Chelsea starting again.
No. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally paused the recording, so carry on with it.
No, I mean because Chelsea have had their transfer ban to start the season. They ended up. They couldn't sign anybody. I mean, they've had to rely on the youth players, and ultimately, now because of the Hazard, obviously the Hazard transfer was the main cause of their money. They've been able to get Ziyech and now Werner, so they've got an advantage over the Premier League.
I think with the whole Werner situation, I think Liverpool kind of sleeping a little bit because I think they were waiting for obviously the virus to affect their asking price of Leipzig, obviously, and they're obviously hoping that they might probably have that cut price fee. So, but a club like Chelsea, they must have saved loads of money from last season because of, as you said, having the transfer ban, and they've been able to splash the cash a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kingy? What do you think of the whole Liverpool versus Chelsea thing?
I mean, obviously the hot free much since January transfer window, obviously since the football stopped. We've always presumed that Werner would probably go to Liverpool because it's been always been linked now for a good few weeks, months, and I always presume that eventually, once maybe, when things start to get back to a bit more of a normal, the deal will be completed. But to be fair, Chelsea, I mean, as much as I'm not happy about it, because obviously they're a rival with us, and for next season, we've got to try and match them with signings, because otherwise their squad will be better than ours.
I think.
But obviously, if they're signing him with obviously Ziyech as well, their attacking force will be very good. But also, on the other hand, with Chelsea, it's all good having this strike force. If you've got defenders that are bang average or not the best, You're getting a goalkeeper as well. That's not great either.
Well, they have been
that's
linked
the
with Ben Chilwell as well. That might be looking to sign him, but it's going to be quite a lot of money. I think
Yeah,
they're
I've
asking for
heard that
around
as well.
80 mil. So what do you think
That's a lot
about
of
that? Well,
That's quite a lot for a left back, to be fair.
that's
A
the
lot for a
thing
left
though.
back.
You got to
ridiculous.
look at it as well because they will be asking for around about the same amount of money that Man United paid for Maguire because he's English. England's probably England's starting left back. So they're not going to sell him for a cut price deal. Leicester don't need
That's
to
the
sell.
thing.
It's not like Leicester
I
don't
think
have
now-
money.
I think defenders now, the last few years, are becoming a lot more expensive because a lot of teams in the Premier League, they've signed defenders or players that we know aren't good enough. Oh dear, big thunderstorm. Basically, obviously, they're obviously not good enough, but they need better defenders. So they're obviously going to think, "Oh, hang on a minute, we're going to put the price up because it's just the common thing to do, isn't it? To get more money because they know that these big teams will pay that."
I think Kyle Walker to City kind of changed people's view on, actually probably going back even more, John Stones to City kind of changed the whole asking price for defenders. Kind of like started off by the whole asking price because before in the past, like goalkeepers, defenders, you would get them at like a really cut price deal if you're looking back.
I think it's more due to the fact that they're English. I mean, like England, like half decent English like national players, like they're hard to come by. Like obviously, people need it for registration purposes, right, in the Premier League, and then ultimately, like if they can get one, and even if depending on the club, depending how rich they are, they'll just splash out on any old player that's English. I mean, like some of them are obviously good value for money. I mean, like. But I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Like Sancho would be a good option for that as well. It'd be a good option to like bring his England national. I mean, like he has shown quality in Germany, and obviously you got some players who maybe haven't shown that like in the past. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, really.
I think it's with the whole. Well, we probably like talk about like Werner's style of play a little bit and how it fit into Chelsea. We can I think there's different ways that Chelsea could go. I think if they still want to keep in a player like Tammy Abraham, they could play. Werner can actually play from the wing. You know, I've heard that he's kind of. I haven't seen him live in Leipzig games, but he's a player that I think the reason why like a team like Man United didn't sign him in the end is because he's very similar to how our strikers actually play. He's kind of a striker that like drifts left to right, and he's not one of those target men forwards that like Tammy Abraham is, for example. So to be quite honest, I think they can fit in quite well.
Well, the rumours that he's getting paid for, like from what Chelsea think are going to be paying like 200,000 a week.
Yeah,
I mean, I find that it's going to be unlikely that he's going to be paid out of position for 200,000 a week. Obviously, his main position is striker, so he's going to be paying up front. But the problem is, how is he going to fit in? Like, how is Abraham going to play? Or
the thing, striker? I mean, I reckon Abraham. It's going to be a battle between those two. I mean, Abraham. It's going to be unless they play 4-4-2, or maybe fit two strikers up front, which would be. Obviously, back in the day, but it's a bit of an orthodox thing to do nowadays because everyone loves having a three at the front with the wingers and the strikers.
It's quite an old setup now, having two up front.
It's rare nowadays. It could be effective because not many teams play it, and if you play it right, it could be effective. So you never know.
So looking at Chelsea this season, they've used in the Premier League 4-3-3 15 times this season. 4-2-3-1 8 times this season, and they've used actually 3-4-2-1 6 times this season. So you can tell that Frank Lampard's kind of looking for a one striker system. So do you think he's because with the whole Ziyech transfer, and Ziyech is more of a like a right-sided. Well,
he was 10 really, I think.
Well, looking at
He's a cam. He's a cam, isn't he? Is
Yeah,
let me have a
I'm
look,
pretty sure.
'cause I'm sure he's played most of his games on the right hand side for Ajax.
Well,
Have a look.
I think he can play on the wing. I think to be fair, a lot of players now, we all think, if you base it off like FIFA or something, like, when we see all these players, when we see them play, sometimes they play in other positions. But a lot more forward players now are more flexible to play in other roles than maybe back in the day. So you can always but Werner, mainly I've always seen him, when I've seen Leipzig play, which is not often, but in the Champions League I watched him.
Yeah.
He's always been a striker, so I don't think they're moving because, he's got the pace for a winger, but has he got like the trickery or,
I think, but to be quite honest, you got to look at, but you got to look at like a player like Aubameyang, for example. Aubameyang for Arsenal. Yeah. So okay, I'll carry on talking about. But for Ziyech, he's played 10 games on the right hand side for Ajax. He's only played 5 games in the cam position.
So he could play on the right, but who have they got on the right? They got Willian and Pedro. I mean,
they're both leaving. I think. I swear, Willian and Pedro are going to leave this season.
The way I see Ziyech,
He's got 33 now.
I see Ziyech for Chelsea. To compare him, like I'd say, how Juan Mata's used for United King. He's not really a 10. He'll be on the right hand side most time for United, and he will cut inside to build a 10 position.
Matt's like 3 rounds, doesn't he?
And that's what Ziyech will be for Chelsea. But will Frank Lampard look to change the formation a little bit to accommodate all his players? Because as I was saying about Aubameyang plays on the left for Arsenal, but you'd recognise him as a striker.
Yeah, it is a difficult one.
Another thing you can think of here, where's Mason Mount going to play in all of this? I mean, Mason Mount's more of an attacking midfielder, surely, but how's he going to fit in? I mean, unless they're going to play a completely different tactic and formation.
I think he'll fit in as
more central, which is a bit weird for him. Really, he's not really defensive.
I think he'll be like a central midfielder. I think they might convert it to like a box-to-box midfielder. I think.
You think he's that good defensively to be a box-to-box midfielder?
He's not so player though, is he?
Well, that's the thing, but maybe you might have to do that. I mean, that's the thing. Like, the thing is with Chelsea, so they're signing these good players, but then they've got a good young squad anyway. So you got players like Abraham Mount, Hudson-Odoi is not brilliant. He's okay. He's got potential.
Defence. Yeah,
looking at
Tomori's alright.
Well, to break down formations, they could use. So they could either use a 4-3-3, for example. So, top of my head, thinking of Chelsea's squad, you've got Ariza Balaga up front.
In goal.
Sorry. Oh God. Ariza Balaga.
It's just get out, lads. Get out.
Ariza Balaga in goal. Then you got either Aspilicueta on the right or Reece James. Then you got either Kurt Zouma and Christensen or Tomori in defence. Then you got Emerson or Alonso. Then you got your midfield 3, and you forget about Kovacic, who Chelsea fans are saying at the moment is their player of the season.
Yeah, he's come on since he joined from Real Madrid. To be fair to him, so
I can really see him playing to probably suit all the players. I can see them playing like either a diamond or 4-2-2. I think would suit Chelsea a lot with the new players. Would
they drop Jorginho?
I've heard that Jorginho. There's talk of Jorginho going back to Italy.
Okay.
So I think
he's been okay for Chelsea, but I think Italy is probably his level. Probably there's it's more his pace because he's a decent passer on the ball, but in Italy I think you get a bit more time on the ball, and that's when he's at his best. Like in England, it's more fast pace. You have lower team. The lower teams in this league, they'll some of them will press you, and you can't really get the time. So, but I mean, he's done okay. I mean, last season I didn't think last season he was very good for him, but this season I think he's been better. So, but,
I think
we'll have to wait and see.
I think potentially if you were going to play in two midfield, I think Frank Lampard should play if Kante stays, because you never know at the moment. But I think you could have a really good midfield in Kovacic and Kante, because Kante can do the defensive work by himself, and that's his best position.
You can't sell Kante. He's one of my favourite players in the Premier League. I mean, I know that doesn't mean a lot, but like he's brilliant. I've always been a big fan of him, even when he was even when he first joined Chelsea, and even when he was at Leicester as well.
Well, yeah,
he's a brilliant player.
So, like, I think probably what we should do next is, top of your heads, what's your what formation would you say Chelsea should play for next season? If you're going to add in, like, let's say if you had him Ben Chilwell as well, because I think he's strong link with Chelsea, then Ziyech obviously and Werner. How do you think Chelsea will like put their side up for next season, whenever that is?
I mean, the way I'm seeing it is, you could have a 3 in defence, maybe 2 wing backs.
Okay.
Then maybe go with 2 centre mids, and then from the looks of it, it seems like they're going to be scrapping like wingers. I mean, I know maybe Hudson-Odoi's there, but that's only one formation I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But you could have, like, say, number 10 in Ziyech, and then maybe have Abraham and Werner up front.
So who would you start in the whole lineup if you're Frank Lampard?
So you go Kepa, not up front in goal.
Yeah.
You go Tomori, Rudiger, and
Rudiger. Okay.
Well, it depends, because they might.
I agree with him. Rudiger's probably their best centre half, probably.
They might sign a new centre back as well, but say they don't. So you've got Rudiger, Tomori, and Christensen, for example.
Okay.
Then left currently would be like Emerson. On the right it'd be like Reece James.
Okay.
Centre mids you've got the only way to fit Mountain, King's probably right. You would have to put him in like mid box to box probably, unless So you'd have maybe Mount and, say, Kant. Well, then you got Coates. It's hard.
Yeah, I think
players are going to miss out.
I think Frank Lampard would have it's probably good to have better players on your bench. Like, and you don't forget, Mason Mount's only young, and even if he does feature in like off the bench or in some games, probably against smaller teams, you still be getting a lot of games in the season. So what else would you say? How would you? So maybe
Kovacic, Kante, just for argument's sake, because they're their best 2 midfielders, you'd say. Then Ziyech in like a number 10 role. I mean, I know you said he can play on the right, but from what I've seen of him, he can also play as a straight up number 10.
Yeah.
And then up front you'd have Tammy Abraham, and then you'd have Werner really, and then you can have a little like a target man supporting Werner. He could win the knock-ons late off. It feels a bit basic, but.
I think they could play really well together, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's a good combination, isn't it? Like the little and large partnership, It's like Crouch and Defoe at Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same partnership there. What are you
Sorry.
doing? Oh no! All right, no, see, I'm done. That's my setup. I think. Yeah, go on.
I was going to ask Kiggy, ready? Or do you do your formation for Chelsea?
Probably 4-2-3-1.
Okay. How do you position everyone?
Well, I'd have Kepa in goal.
Not up front.
Right back.
That'd be a really joke.
Who's their right back?
Reece James or Azpilicueta?
Probably Reece James, and then I've Azpilicueta and Rudiger. But, and then I've left back Alonso, and you've got Kovacic and Kante, Ziyech, Willian, Werner, and then on the left, probably I don't know who plays on the left for him.
Pulisic, yeah, he's back from injury.
Yeah.
That's it, really.
Okay. For me, I'd probably go.
The thing is, the rumour is though Willian might be leaving.
Yeah, I think he's leaving.
So he's not going to renew his contract, apparently.
That's why I think maybe he's looking to fit Ziyech unless Chelsea do go for like a Sancho, for example.
I always thought they would go for Sancho, Chelsea. Strange. But
I think they'll probably put all their money into signing players because Sancho's potentially going to cost let's say 110 mil.
Yeah.
I think they probably prefer to sign players like Werner for 53 mil potentially, and Ben Chilwell for like 70 to 80 mil. So
Yeah, no, I get that.
So
I get that.
probably to finish off, like I can potentially, you could see Chelsea playing. I think probably would suit all the players if they are going to scrap wingers. I can see him playing. I think 4-2-2 probably suit Chelsea's players a bit. So Kepa up front in goal.
Oh my god, that's a running joke. That is. That's that'll be a
Reece
running joke.
James. So you got Reece James on the right because I think he can occupy both attacking and defence easily. I quite like the idea of playing Aspilicueta in centre back. You know, with like a Tomori or like Tomori because
Yeah,
Aspilicueta's played centre back before for Chelsea, and then hopefully they can sign like a left back for like Ben Chilwell because I really don't rate Emerson's been okay. But Alonso's a lot more attacking. He suits a five back more than a four back.
He's past it now. Yeah, he's past it now. Alonso, he's getting on a bit now.
He's good. To be fair, he does contribute with goals and his free kicks are good, but defending he's not really good.
Yeah,
he's too slow now. He's way too slow.
And then I can see a two with Kovacic and Kante. Then those two, let's say, attacking midfielders. I can see Mason Mount and Ziyech, and then little and large in Werner and Abraham.
See, like that, don't you? I mean, that's.
Nah, I think they could form a really good partnership.
I'd be interested in seeing that. To be fair, I mean, it's a bit old fashioned. I mean, I know there's not really, as I say, we touched on it just briefly. Then there's not really many like 2-man strike partnerships anymore, but that could work.
I think it'd be really interesting to see if it can suit the Premier League and how it's formed. Like I've always said that the Bundesliga is the inequality wise, I'd say it's the closest you can get to the Premier League, and you do rarely see players in the Bundesliga like failing miserably in the Premier League. So it'd be really interesting to see how they do.
I'm trying to see any to counter your point there, like any Bundesliga players that struggled. Or I can't remember. Loris Karius at Liverpool, he struggled. That's one. But, I mean, I'm not trying to pick holes in your argument, but no, I get that. I get what you mean.
So, I think we should end it off here. Nice quick episode. Just doing a little preview. We're trying to do a different styled episode today.
Yeah.
So
we're basically doing shorter ones. So basically, obviously, because I think the longer ones people can get a bit bored, when we're going on a bit. So
I'm not saying that you want to do longer ones.
We can always record more. We can always record maybe one or two, maybe one or a few more each week. So maybe one today and maybe like a half an hour one on Wednesday or Thursday, whenever we're free again. So we'll try this and see how it works.
So if you do like these styled episodes, like doing player reviews and how they'll fit into sides, just give us a like and tell us in the comments.
Yeah. One idea I have had is that there's rumours about Coutinho might be coming back to Liverpool, which would be absolutely bizarre. That could be a future video maybe where he fit into the Liverpool system. So
stay in tune. Maybe that'll be the next one.
It'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, whether or not we'd accept him back, the fans would accept him back is a different matter. But
I think they would, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll save it for another video, but it's something to think about anyway.
I think a quick little think about. I think if he come back, I think it'd be mixed at the start. But if he started doing well, I think he would probably be classed back as like one of the loved ones, one of the best ones.
Yeah, I'd save it for the next one because we're going a bit in here. We don't spoil the viewer too much,
No, too much content there. Sorry, lads.
Yeah, you're very blessed today, aren't you, viewers?
So you're gonna end this off here?
Yeah, I'm gonna end it off, and I'm gonna dive on my bed.
You're gonna close the podcast to me.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the podcast. Yeah, because ultimately, weather's not very good and the thunderstorms again, so it's time to close now.
What are you doing? Just say bye.
Hey.
Just say bye.
Just say bye, Kingy.
Anyway, so that's it. That's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Leave a comment and like if you enjoyed it. It's a goodbye from Bennett.
Yeah, you're right. See you later, guys.
Bye from Ethan.
See you guys.
And bye from me. Goodbye.
Oh God.
Peace.
Waited a very long time.